he does try to trick his father a little bit after he hits the tree with the silver axe and it bends the axe back and doesn't work as an axe. And he goes, "Hello, father. Look what a bad axe you've given me. It has become quite crooked." So he does seem to be, yeah, messing with him in some way. I looked at that as I wondered if it was defensive or something, but yeah, it
Mm.
makes sense that he's maybe trying to get his father to see, like, hey, this is not an axe anymore. This is an axe-shaped, very valuable piece of silver. Like, do you see kind of what's happening here? The axe that you gave me is totally different. But yeah, the father, what have you done? Now I shall have to pay for that. So he's still viewing it in the old through the old lens. And then
Hmm.
the son kind of seems to meet him where he's at. His language didn't work, so now he meets the father where he's at. Don't get angry. I will soon pay for the axe. And to me, that shows the skill of the son, because he's still, again, he's still willing to like meet the situation where it's at. You know, when one thing doesn't work, he doesn't go, "Oh, you're tied to the old ways, God, Father, can't you see that this is silver?" He ends up showing him rather than telling him, and in his words he meets the father where he's at, which
That's great. That's great. Yeah, yeah, I didn't think of it that way, but yeah, just it's got that like bodhisattva vibe of like enlightenment, and you come back to the world and you meet the world on the world's terms. You don't try and
yeah.
force it to see anything. You don't force the father to be like, "Look, it's a silver axe, you moron."
Yeah.
You
And
know?
I
Yeah.
don't you think that's the better way when you're dealing with people is to meet them where they're at, and then yes, ideally to show not tell. Show
Hmm.
in your example or show them in the story they literally have a valuable silver that he can show them the money and everything to gradually kind of bring them into the new situation rather than kind of break the relationship and you know you're an idiot. Why aren't you seeing what I'm seeing?
Hmm.
Like it that would seem to show that you haven't really, yeah, integrated, or that your new gift, or you're not very skillful.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And then yeah, so then when the student says don't get angry, then the father gets more angry. You blockhead, with what will you pay for it? You have nothing. So he's still thinking of this is just he's just thinking in his narrow way of like money and things have the same value that he's always thought that they had in
Hmm.
his narrow way of looking at things. And then it says after a while, the scholar said. So it seems like the scholar, his words aren't really working to change the father's vision. And then so he just kind of lets it go.